CSI St. Clair, if you want to know the truth in St. Clair County. I'm about to show you a video clip from a portion of the St. Clair County Board of Education meeting from February 27, 2012 regarding Angie Cobb's violation of board policy.
Mrs. I've been trying to make a concerted effort not to say Ms.
Okay, I'll be very quick. Number 8 of Section 2.11 of the board policy states that an individual must have no direct or indirect financial or contractual interest in St. Clair County Board of Education business matters. And no offense to you, Ms. Cobb, but tonight we would just want y'all to, take note of this, that clearly she is violating this by her husband working at the central office, and who's going to step up and enforce this? Is it going to be you, Ms. Seals, as our superintendent? Are you, Mr. Suttle, as the president of the board? Or Randy, is it going to be you? But somebody needs to enforce this because it's a clear violation of board policy.
And I think we've gotten a ruling on this, but I'll ask you to check and get a ruling from the state on this again.
What it's referring to, Candy, is the fact that if you are if you want to be a board member, you cannot teach in the system.
Or be an aide in the system, or be a nurse in the system, or be a support staff in the system.
But when they created a job for your husband, that clearly is a conflict of interest.
I can't vote on anything that has to do with anyone that's related to me.
But it still says
what
happens.
I'll be glad to address that. I can't vote on anything that is for anyone that is directly related to me. So it is not a conflict of interest, and to say that there was a job created for my husband is very much wrong.
Well, the
that
position
is not
did
true.
not exist before.
And I won't get into that because I'm not going to pick at a gnat. But I will say that what Ms. Seals is saying is true, that you cannot be a teacher. That's why a teacher cannot hold a board seat. That's why a aide can't hold a board seat, why a nurse can't hold a board seat. Anybody that is paid by this board cannot be on the board, and that's what the policy means.
This part is number 2. The individual shall not be employed by the St. Clair County school system. And that is just what they're trying to use for their answer in this problem. And this is what we ask about, number 8. The individual must have no direct or indirect financial or contractual interest in Board of Education matters. It's clear that they're trying to avoid that.
It cannot be an employee. Of the Board of Education. So that's what that means.
Ms. Cato, I will verify this because the policy comes from state statute.
That's not just a St. Clair County.
As I understand it, it is a policy, but it was taken from state statute. I'm not sure about that as well. And it has with our state nepotism laws, and they're actually more extensive than just that.
And who made the ruling that this was okay? You said y'all checked it out.
I'm thinking that at the time we checked with the State Department, but I can't verify. I'll verify that.
Do you have? Can you get us the name of or an agent?
Oh yeah, I'll have it rechecked and we'll find out who and give you the specifics of it.
Doesn't the Attorney General usually give you?
Usually we get it. But that's not the only place we get an opinion. Yeah, sometimes exactly.
Probably the policy came from the Alabama Association of School Boards. Who pretty much oversees that. I would think that would be where it came from. Our board attorney can certainly clarify as could an Attorney General's opinion if we wish to get.
But I'll get a satisfactory answer. I don't know what it is at this point, but we'll find one.
There are a couple of important points from that clip. First, Seals and Cobb want to stress that the board policy says you cannot be a teacher or any type of school employee and be a board member. Well, that's true, but it's referring to number 2 of the section 2.11 of the board policy. They try really hard to forget about number 8 of section 2.11 that states, the individual must have no direct or indirect financial or contractual interest in St. Clair County Board of Education matters. There is no way Angie Cobb, being a board member, and her husband Greg working in the central office in a position created just for him, did not exist prior to him, is not a violation of this policy. Every month when Greg gets a paycheck and that paycheck helps run their household, that is an indirect financial interest from Ms. Cobb. If Greg goes home and talks to Angie about issues going on at the board, that is a potential influence of her vote. And why would anyone in Angie's position want to vote against anything her husband's boss wants done? Well, they wouldn't. This is a clear 100% conflict of interest, and Mrs. Cobb should be disqualified from holding a board member spot. Mrs. Cobb, we're not just picking at gnats. We're fighting corruption. Also, I find it odd that if the board has previously received a ruling in this matter, that they couldn't spout it off to us that night. I know they have seen our previous video regarding this matter, and they know we want answers. Let me know what you think. Once again, my name is Clay Cato, and on behalf of the Coalition for School Improvement, we've got serious problems, and we need serious people to do something about it. Thank you.